Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Welcome into Wildcast Studios on Rogers TV for another episode of the Wildcast podcast, the platinum award-winning and longest-running QMJHL podcast. We are the unofficial voice of your reigning 2025 Joe Courteau Trophy champion Moncton Wildcats, and we, of course, are presented by Discount Flooring Center, a division of Fabulous Flooring, home to the largest variety of high-end current, discontinued lines in hardwood, ceramic vinyl, laminate flooring, luxury model tiles, and even blinds for immediate purchase. Call them at 320 College Shaw Street in Moncton, visit them at 320 College Shaw Street in Moncton, or call them at 859-9909. I should have practiced on my snow day. As always, fan listeners, I am your host, Adam Lund, and I am joined by your favorite co-hoster, Mr. YQM, Mr. Starbucks, Mr. Gold.
Still gold.
Gold delivery,
we're
Gold DoorDash delivery driver at your service, and Elliot Friedman's favorite, Mr. Jeremy Boucher. I see you've got your Owala cup.
The Owala is back. The Owala is back.
Was that the same one as last week?
Maybe.
I'm trying to think if it was, because you said you had three of them.
There's three of them in the household. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this one, maybe a slightly different shaded color, and then one with a bunch of funky colors. So yeah, the Owala is back in business, and we're back in business.
We are back in business.
Wildcast Studios.
It is a different one.
Is it different?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Last week it was a touch lighter.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You dug out.
I did.
You dug out.
I made the investment this year of getting the snow removal for my for the driveway, and it's paying off, and it seems as if we will need it again next Sunday, as they're calling for another significant dump of snow.
I've never been so happy to fly.
So we've I think we finally hit our winter.
Yeah.
You know what?
Which is pretty on brand for the time it comes.
Yep.
So we're recording this on Tuesday. We couldn't get out on Monday due to all the snow, which means it's the 27th as due of recording, which means Kiva is officially 1 year old.
Yeah.
Which also, wow. And that's how I know the snow comes every year, because last year in the hospital, we were watching the snow come down and had to phone a friend to come and do the old driveway.
Yes.
But yeah, no, we had cupcakes.
Yeah, very good cupcakes.
Yeah.
Whipped cream frosting.
Yeah.
As soon as it got in my mouth, it was the most amazing thing that's ever been in my mouth. So
it's quite tasty. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice amount of sugar.
So if you'd like
there.
some whipped cream frosting, give Layla a call. She probably has nothing to do. She'll go ahead and make that for you. Please don't call her. Yeah. No, it was it's wild to think it's been already a year. And I said on the live, like, it doesn't feel like we're there already. Just had her on the 27th.
Yep.
You had Bo on the Memorial Cup. They were in the Memorial Cup. She was 4 months old at the Memorial Cup. And all of a sudden now it's just, she's 1 year old. She's like this close to walking. Like
Meanwhile, my son is wearing 3T pajamas now. So we're
fun fact. Kiva was wearing 3M, 6M jeans.
Yeah.
On Sunday, and they fit.
We have the Giant.
Yeah, you have the Giant. We have the David. He has the Goliath.
That's right.
That's how that's how that works. But yeah, it was her birthday yesterday. While you're listening to this on Wednesday. So as always, don't forget to follow us on the social medias: Twitter Moncton Wildcast, Instagram Wildcast Podcast, TikTok Wildcast Podcast, as well here on the YouTube. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button. It lets us know you like what we're doing as well. You don't want to miss any podcast post games, any random episodes we throw at you in the second half. So make sure you click that bell. We got a quick question, man. We had a franchise record fall over the weekend with Tommy Bleyl hitting 50 points, formerly held by Jordan Spence. So I ask you, with only 21 games remaining, which record is he closer to eclipsing? David Savard's 64 assists in 2010, or Keith Yandel's 84 points in 05-06?
That's a tough one. Because right now he's sitting at how many assists?
42.
Oh, it's as much as I want to see him get Yandel's record, I don't think unless he goes on an absolute tear.
Yep.
I mean, you're looking at over a point.
He's got
per
44.
Game.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're looking at over a point per game. to get Yandle's record, which is, I think he's over a point per game right now.
Yep.
But I just Elite Prospect says he's on pace for 77 points. So he's going to be close. I think if it's getting down to the last couple games of the season and he's a few points shy, I think you'll see his ice time increased.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think it's a record that he's pushing. I know he's Michigan State bound next season. Yeah, or not. It's very possible he sticks around for another season here in Moncton, and if that's the case, his development will easily put him over Keith Yandle's record for next season. So let's hold off on any more record talks. But I think he's got a legitimate chance at the David Savard assist record. I think that's probably the one that's more believable. At this at where we're at right now.
That's where I'm at too. I mean, Jordan Spence got his March 15th, the second last game of the regular season, to get 49 points, and it's just like I tone it to what happened last year with Moran, where he was looking for the franchise leader in goals by a defenseman, and you could see him kind of push for it.
Yeah.
And now when he was pushing for it, by no means did it take away from what they were doing. He wasn't a selfish player. He wasn't staying on the ice longer than he needed to, but you could just tell that the last game at home, he just wanted it. Everything was at the net. And I just worry as the games get tighter too in the playoff race, you're worried a little bit more about defense, not so much offense and playoff seeding. I mean, we're not running away with it like we were last year, where we knew we were first seed and it was fait accompli. Like they're in a battle with Chicoutimi. So I just think Savard's record of 64 is probably the one that's most likely to go if he kind of stays on this pace. And again, you've got Baie-Comeau once more. You've got a couple against St. John, Val-d'Or, who's not too bad, but it's not a cupcake schedule to the end where he can have 4 points a night for a weekend, right? So
there's going to be nights where he's probably going to put up 3 or 4 points.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some nights where those points don't come. So I think it's going to be a balance. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
I just not something that I think he should be focusing on. And I don't think it's something that he even. I can't speak for him, but I don't think it's something that he's even thinking about right now. It's the first one's nice. But I just know the Yandle one would be special because, they both went to, Cushing Academy before coming to Moncton. So there's that connection. But again, I don't think it's something that he's even dreaming about right now.
Yeah. And hopefully the Q fixes the stat. I mean, they gave him assist against Baie-Comeau on Denway's goal, which Mutrin won the faceoff. Denway put it in the back of the net. I don't think he touched it. So I don't know how that is an assist. So I would hate to see the record happen because of that one assist, because it's not true. But again, I'd rather him not get a record and us get the number 1 seed going into the playoffs, right? So, and like you said, you can't speak for him, but we talked to him and he didn't really know about the other record, the 17 that he passed Jordan Spence, the other one that he passed. Point straight game.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't really know that until like the 16th game or whatever. So it's not something that he's obviously super focused on. So we'll see. It's fun to track for the fans, but as for him, I think he'd rather have 2 points than a record. Yep. So, alrighty.
News and notes from around the Q.
All right, and we had a teeny weeny bit of a suspension. Max Villain will miss his former team, St. John, coming in. As he was suspended 1 game for the fight in the last 5 minutes when the score is more than 2. I'm going to get into that in the recap, so we're just going to leave that there. The 2026 prospect.
Another rant about fighting.
Well, kind of. more rant about protection. If we're worried about protection,
Always
yeah,
always protect yourself.
yeah, exactly. The Wildcats moved up to 5th in the top 10. Still missing Dave McKnight's real top 10. Hopefully we can say it enough
Top
weeks.
60, wasn't it?
Yeah, top 60. But he had the real top 10.
Right.
Hopefully, if we say that enough, he'll bring that back. 2026 prospect of the week was Jan Lars from Drummondville. And where does he have his stats? He's currently 17-5 with a 2.81 goals against average and a 909 save percentage, and 2 shutouts so far. So he was the highest ranked Q goaltender by Central Scouting, sitting 4th on the American list. And again, not going to get too much into it, but if you want to go read the Lull on Set article, the GMs are wanting to relax the fighting rules. Simone Gagne is kind of the force behind maybe doing that. Again, I wasn't able to read it because it's behind a paywall this time, and I've already used up my 5. I know.
At least you're learning your French, though. You're reading your French.
Yeah, I'm doing my best. Thanks, Google Translate. Actually, Kiva speaks better French than I do, probably. With Mimi Soleil. If you got little ones out there and you don't want Miss Rachel, Mimi Soleil is the French version and a little bit less. I mean, Miss Rachel isn't like
sticky bubble gum.
Yeah,
bubbles.
And all the parents went, shh, don't say that.
Phonics song. Oh, people go, what the hell are you guys doing?
Exactly. And then piggybacking off that, Stephane Leroux had the fact that there's been 59 fights in 2022, 2023 before the rules were taken out, 23 in 23-24, 19 in 24-25, 45 this year. So the 1-game suspension, the 2-game suspension clearly isn't stopping players from wanting to fight. So again, I don't think we'll see it because I don't think Cicchini wants it. He basically said as much in the article last week. So just something a little bit to pay attention to, maybe, if you feel like it. If not, I'll probably have a rant again at some point. But
I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah. All right. The QMJHL Team of the Week, Chad Lestakos from Shawinigan, 2 goals, 5 assists in 3 games. Nathan Lecomte from Chicoutimi, 5 goals and 1 assist in 2 games. Vincent Desharnais from Blainville had 5 goals and 1 assist in 3 games. Louis-Alex Tremblay from Sherbrooke, 1 goal, 4 assists in those 3 games. Marc-Olivier Baudry from Drummondville, 2 goals and 1 assist in 3 games. And the aforementioned Jan Lars, 2-0, a 963 save percentage, and a .97 goals against average with 1 shutout on the week. And your player of the week from Chicoutimi was Nathan Lecomte in the 2 games over the weekend between Val-d'Or and Moncton. He had 5 goals and 1 assist. And now we get ready for everyone's second favorite part of the show.
It's now time for the one and only Boucher's Team of the Week.
The Boucher Team of the Week is sponsored by Hub City Driving School, where excellence meets experience on the road to safe, confident driving. Whether you're a new driver, getting behind the wheel for the first time, or looking to refine your skills, the Hub City Driving School is committed to guiding you every step of the way, because driving is a privilege, not a right. Learn more at hubcitydrivingschool.com.
And thank you to Hub City Driving School for jumping on for the rest of the season and into the playoffs as a presenting sponsor of the aforementioned Boucher Team of the Week. Excellent first read, sir.
I have a sponsor.
Yeah,
I feel more privileged than the organ at the Avenir Center. What an honor.
Yep. Well done.
What an honor.
Yeah.
Leads us, yes, exactly, into the Boucher Team of the Week. Where did my goalie go? There he is. You know what? My goalie is Gabriel Dag. Ironically, he was the CHL Protector of the Week, but did not make the QMJHL Team of the Week. He allowed 6 goals in 2 games. However, he is on my team because he made 76 saves in 120 minutes of playing time. That was why the CHL had him as the Protector of the Week, but the Q decided to go a different route. On the back end, Marc-Olivier Baudry, because I have to show love to the Q and have one of their guys on mine.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
That's fair.
That's the way it goes. And because there's always one, Tommy Bleyl, with the new record for most points in a season by a rookie Wildcats defenseman. Up front, we have Justin Carbonneau. Actually, I have two Armada. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Justin Carbonneau is the new all-time points leader for the Armada with 221 points, surpassing Jonathan Fauchon.
He was the all-time points leader?
Yeah.
Huh.
That tells you how great the organization is.
Yeah.
Secondly is our friend Big Bill Zonin.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Big Bill. 2 points in each of the 3 games last week, which gives him 6 straight multi-point games.
Wow.
Yep. And finally, Aaron Chip. The name might not sound familiar to you, but he's a rookie on Rimouski. And speaking of Rimouski, they blown out 10-2 on Sunday.
We had a plus player?
And Aaron Chip, my friend, was a +1.
Nice.
So a recap: Carbonneau, Zonin, Chip, Beaudry, Bleyl, and Gabriel Dag for the Boucher Team of the Week.
Well done.
Thank
I
you
was
so much.
so excited about your read that I completely forgot the news and notes read by Speedy Auto.
That's okay.
Yeah. So
Speaking of Speedy Auto, I got a text today from a Christina.
oh, you're getting the
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me do the thing, and then
Yeah.
you can do the thing. Speedy Auto Service Moncton on Mountain Road presented the news and notes from around the queue. Whether it's routine maintenance, major repairs, the team at Speedy keeps you safe and back on the road. As winter tire season is back, now's the perfect time. Well, now should be the perfect time to book your tire swap or get a great deal on new tires. Locally owned, trusted by Moncton drivers, and proud to deliver honest service every time.
Can I confirm?
Visit Speedy Moncton at 905 Mountain Road or call them at 506-857-2282, where great people provide great services. What was your text from Christine?
Well, I got a text from Christina here offering $20 off a rust check undercoating until March 31st to help
What?
keep your vehicle protected. Now, here it says on Main Street.
Yeah, so about that.
Who's this Christina, by the way?
You came to Main Street for your service. So that's where the automated message that she sends goes out to.
Okay.
So it says that, but it's actually at our other location. So
Gotcha.
again, you can't just use that. You have to have a card or talk to Christine. So if you book a service, you'll get a fancy $20 off coupon for your undercoating as well. If you book a service in the month of February, you are entered for a chance to win 2 tickets to Blainville and Moncton on March 6th. We're doing it for the month of February. You get 1 ballot when you book an appointment. You get an extra ballot if you pre-book your summer tire changeover.
Nice.
So chance to win some tickets. So make sure
Can
to
I pre-book my summer tire changeover?
you sure can.
All right.
And you'll get 2 chances to win. And guess what, everyone? He always wins. So you might want to get in this so that he doesn't actually win something. It's been a little bit. You ready for a guest?
Yeah. It's not a view from the other bench, but a view
No.
from our bench.
A view from our bench, a view from the goalie bench, a view from the goalie net, I guess it would be. Let's get into that.
View from the other bench.
And View from the Other Bench is presented by Waterworks Pools and Spa, providing Atlantic Canadians with custom in-ground pools, spas, services, and supplies since 1986. If you're looking for a new spa, service, or maintenance by their trained technicians, or getting your pool water from green to clear, visit them at 194 Killam Drive in Moncton, or call them at 506-859-1980. All right, and we are pleased to be joined by a guy who played 4 years in the QMJHL, amassing a goals against average of 3.17, a save percentage of .901 with Shawinigan, Baie-Comeau, and the Remparts. Goalie consultant for the U17 twice, U18 for Hockey Canada. Goalie coach of the Wildcats since 2021, or as Rudy Guimond puts it, the goalie guru. And to be honest with you, an all-around good guy. Antoine Samuel. Antoine, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Pretty well.
We're not too bad. We dug out. I guess how was the trip back from Quebec?
It was good. We have the MVP behind the wheel. Jason did a hell of a job coming back from Quebec, and after 6 points, it's always an easier drive home. But a lot of snow, but a lot of laughter and a lot of fun on the bus on the way back.
That's all that matters. I guess I'll start here. I mean, looking in the first half, from a goalie coach perspective, I mean, you knew what you were going to get with Rudy coming back, but do you see similarities, I guess, this year as opposed to last year in the crease when you had the established starter with Steinman and Russo, and then kind of that younger goalie Guimond last year, Weiner this year, that you've kind of had to work with and they start to click as the year goes on?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like, it's a lot of goalies that have come through our walls in the last 48 months, but it's been good to work with a lot of different personalities and a lot of different goalies. Obviously, it's a little bit different this year than last year, just with the age gap between Rudy, who was a 19, and Jacoby, who was 17 this year. But it's a fun challenge for me this year, where Rudy has a little bit of experience, but still not too much. He's still going through it as a first-time starter and being the guy night in, night out, which is something he's never experienced before. So a lot of teaching there, a lot of learning curves, a lot of learning moments for him. And then having a guy like Jacoby, who's going through his first year, coming to a new country, having to adapt to a whole lot of new things for him. It brings us challenges, but it brings a lot of different conversations compared to maybe last year, where I have a World Junior starter and an NHL pick as a duo. But it's been fun this year so far, for sure.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. Easiest job in the world, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But you kind of said it, like, but as a goalie coach yourself, knowing that, where Rudy is in his career and where Jabs is, as a rookie, like, how do you develop their individual skills, knowing that both guys are kind of at a different point in their career?
Yeah, I mean, it's when I talk to like the other coaches, like throughout the day-to-day, like a lot of guys, like I talk to Dougie or Tess about, with the forwards and stuff like that, or Tamer with the Ds, like they have 7, 8 or 12, 13 players to worry about. I got 2 guys. So it's much easier for me to really break it down and have a very personalized experience with and teaching approach with both guys. With Rudy, like the pitch we gave him last year when we won, and we sat down with him about the possibility of coming back. It was the opportunity for him to be the guy night in, night out. That's something he's never experienced. And so for me, obviously, like there's the team aspect this year. We want to perform night in, night out, but there's also this commitment that I kind of made with him that, I wanted to make sure that when he's going to leave the program, he's going to be more ready for the next step, which for him seems like it's going to be Harvard right now. But if you want to jump in the pros, wanted to make sure that this year would count for his personal development. And then for Jacoby, it's, I've gone through it as a goalie. Obviously, it's a roller coaster, your rookie year in the league. There's very few guys that come in and just do the job night in, night out. And it's just to help him, support him first and foremost. There's a lot of teaching that are technical and stuff like that goes behind the scenes, obviously, but the mental side of it and the support, and also building that consistency, discipline. It's kind of fun for me because I kind of get to form this new guy I want to lean on for the next few years. And obviously, I've had the chance to do it with Steiny over the last couple of years. Rudy's short-term project, but still I can see from last year to this year the development he's made. So a lot of fun challenges for me as a goalie coach in those situations. So
doing some digging on your career for this, some research, I guess. You started as a scout for Baie-Comeau. So how involved are you still in that scouting process? And I guess more not the U18 level, but maybe the pro scout, in terms of looking at other goaltenders that Rick and Taylor, do they bring you a keeper like, hey, we're we're looking at maybe Russo, or we're looking at Justin Robinson as part of a deal? Like, what are your thoughts? Are you still involved in that kind of thing? Or you're like, hey, I do what I do and you guys bring me the goalies and I work with them?
I'm very lucky that Gardner and Taylor put a lot of trust in my beliefs and the way I see the position. I would say that everything that has anything to do with goalies runs through me in a certain way, and then it becomes a collaborative decisions on whatever we do, whether it's a trade, whether it's a draft. So it's good. I think most teams realize the importance to have this expertise into one guy that has played the position, and it's not different here where everything we do it together. Every decisions we make it together. But I definitely have a lot of input into everything that we do regarding the goalies, whether it's the draft, whether it's the trades, free agency, and stuff like that. So yeah.
So when you transitioned into coaching, I'm assuming you just don't go to school to be a goalie coach. You just kind of transition into it. But when you look back, did you want to get into coaching? And I guess who was your influence in maybe you as a goaltender, and who you maybe still reach out to for goalie coaching type of tips and tricks or whatever you use on a daily basis?
Fun fact about my coaching career is when so I retired very early. I was at McGill. I got an injury. I was doing my rehab, and I was kind of contemplating coaching a little bit. And I, made the decision to leave McGill and to move on to the next project. And that next project did not involve goalie coaching at all. I want to get away from goalies. I've always had this ambition to just make my own way and maybe become a head coach one day. I didn't know what level that would be, but that was kind of the thought process. So I got hired as an assistant coach in minor midget espoir in Quebec. And, I went through the discussions, got the job. I was going to coach the Ds. I was working with one of my good friends is Matthew Olivier, who played for us, played for the Wildcats back in the days, who's enforcer in the NHL, and his dad Simon, who's the head coach in Victo, ran a defenseman hockey school. So I worked with Simon during the summer, trying to learn the ropes and become a good D coach. And next thing you know, my former GM in Baie-Comeau called me and said, "Hey, would you be interested to coach the goalie full time next year?" So for me to jump in the queue that I enjoyed so much during my playing years, it was kind of a no-brainer to jump into that position, which I really enjoyed, obviously, and the resources you get by working in the queue versus starting from Bantam and midget and stuff like that. So that's how it started for me, and then eventually kind of evolved a lot. Like I worked through a lot of different positions over the years. I saw a lot of time behind the bench. And so now my position has kind of evolved into, yes, working with the goalies, but preparing all the video and the pre-scouts for the team, presenting the pre-scouts to our players before games and stuff like that. So I kind of see a lot of I wear a lot of different hats during the day-to-day. And if answer your second question, you guys asked me, like, who do I reach out the most? Like, I actually reach out the most, not a goalie coach. I would reach out the most to my first head coach, John Goins, who worked through Cape Breton a little bit. Yep. Works with TSN now. John's a little bit of a guru of pre-scouting and hockey schemes and stuff like that. And so around 1 a.m. on a Thursday night, trying to get ready for a St. John game, that's usually who I reach out to if I want to get creative a little bit about how to attack these guys on the next day. So that's probably the guy I reach out the most on a weekly basis.
Hey, we're going to show a clip here. It's probably something you might remember, and you probably get asked about a lot. So we'll have Adam play the clip, and then we'll kind of get into the question here.
Et là, on va y aller. Leclerc et Samuel pour engager le combat. Leclerc et Samuel, bagarre de gardien de but à Boisbriand. Et tout de suite, la chute. Leclerc qui fait chuter Samuel et qui continue de frapper l'adversaire. Aïe, 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 aïe.
We forgot to ask if that was Cedric, I wonder.
Did you guys cut it off just a little bit earlier? Or?
No, because I wanted to show the fact that the official did absolutely nothing to protect you. Like,
that was Lord. Everyone asked me if I'd received, if my head hit the ice or anything. This guy, he hit my chest protector about 16 times. So I was just,
So yeah, you're famous for being the last being part of the last goalie fight in the queue. You literally answered my question when you were with Adam's last question. I was going to ask you, what point did you realize it was maybe time to put an end to your goon-like behavior and focus more on coaching? But you already answered that. But what kind of led into that fight? We saw what happened previously, but what led to it, and how often do you have to talk about that fight?
Well, people around me would say that I'm the one that brings it up, but no, it's a great story. Obviously, like it's something that's very unique, and not everyone can say that they got involved in a goalie fight. There's actually a couple fun facts about this. I'll answer your question with a question. You guys know who was on the bench for Blainville as the backup? If you rewatch this video and you look closely, I fought in front of the Blainville bench, and the goalie that was backing up for Blainville that night is really enjoying the view. Obviously, he's got the first row. But do you guys know who was backing up that day?
I have no idea.
Should we know?
He plays in the NHL.
Montembeau.
Yeah, Montembeau.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
And the other guy was a Wildcats alumni as well, Francis Leclerc. So
yeah.
But yeah, no. Fun fact about this is this was my NHL draft year. I was eligible for the draft that year. I was traded to Baie-Comeau that season, and Baie-Comeau was dead last in the league. So I saw a lot of rubber that second half, and we didn't win a whole lot of games. And so obviously, like I'm a big competitor. Like doesn't matter what position you play. Like I'm a big competitor, and when you lose that many games in the season, it starts boiling inside, and
Right.
and day in, day out, like it's just a lot of frustration. So when you get into these games, like you already have a little bit of an edge, and you can snap at things that maybe you wouldn't on a regular day. And I remember my D got speared in front of the net, and one thing led to another. So just jumped in the pile, and then next thing you know, I was kind of caught in there, and I saw the goalie being at his top circle blue line. I said, you know what, I'll get in there. But the fun fact about this for me is that my dad, I'm from close to Quebec City. When you play for Baie-Comeau, yes, you're in Quebec, but obviously a little bit further. So any moment you go on a road trip, my parents would try to come watch the games. And so we had this trip. It was Blainville, Gatineau, and Quebec. And there's two things about this. My dad decided to come and get an hotel for all three games. Was excited to come watch me play. And my agent, who's my agent worked for Taylor's former agency, told me like, hey, in Quebec City, there's like a lot of scouts coming to see you. So don't want to put too much pressure, but I want you to know that this is a big opportunity for you. Right. And so second period of the first game, I fought and I got suspended for 5 games. So there goes the dad's trip, and there goes the NHL scouts for my game in Quebec City. So yeah, but it was fun. It was when you get out of that when you get off the ice and you're walking through the hallways. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Blainville, but there's a lot of minor hockey teams that are on different sheet of ice. And when you walk back to your dressing room, you kind of go through a lot of different hallways. Yeah, I remember coming off and there was like 2 teams getting ready to get on the ice for their game, and I felt pretty good about myself. So it was good.
You're like, silver lining, Dad. I get to spend the rest of the trip with you, so that's good. We can really
met with him. Yeah, I met up with him by the end of the second period. He was impressed, but not impressed.
Oh, geez. Last one for me. With Russo and Rudy last season, and then we got Rudy and Jobs this season. We've seen a lot of pretty great goaltending performances at the Avenir Center recently, but none better than the show you put on during the Hockey Day in Canada alumni and celebrity game. So I got to ask, how was that experience, and how soon did it take for you to be on the receiving end of chirps from Coach Tess, or maybe got one past you?
I mean, yeah, it was a fun experience. I think you guys saw it, but I put on the pads like about a month before for the first time in like 5 years. Rudy was going through like 3 starts in 4 days, so we thought we'd give him a day off. So I put on the pads and surprisingly realized that it's not like riding a bike, but it still felt pretty good, and I could still do it. So I'm like, okay, I should be fine for this alumni game. No, it was tons of fun, and I remember getting ready for a face-off like in the middle of the game, and I don't know how many people were there that night, but it was quite impressive. I gotta give a shout out to the people that showed up. There would have been like 4,000 people, I think, in the early. So I just took a second, like at the face-off, being like, hey, I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna I'm gonna put on the pads in front of that many people. It was a good feeling. I remember some good old days. And for the Kelsey Tessier comment, I mean, there's a lot of chirping around going into this game. Gardner McDougall was very confident about his lineup too. I told him, I said, listen, I shouldn't be the one explaining to you that you need the best goalie to win. And no, there was a lot of back and forth. So yeah, no. Other than my right groin, everything's going fine. It was a great experience and tons of fun with a lot of different people.
I was gonna say, when did you start feeling it? Because we talked to Coach Tam the night after, and he said it was good the day after, but now his back was starting to get sore. And obviously, being a goaltender who hasn't put the pads on in 5 years, how was the back and the knees?
Oh, I pulled my groin with 12 minutes left. That is not a joke. Some people might think that I let my foot off the gas pedal for the last 10 minutes to just try to make it more fun, but no, it was just trying to survive and finish this game. And then the refs kept calling more and more penalties. I'm like, well, but no, it was good. Like I'm still not too old yet. I'm not going to pretend like I am. So a couple workouts going into the game, still couldn't get out of it with 2 groins, but a lot of fun, good memory. It was fun.
Honestly, I would have thought it was that first save, that first post save, because that was unreal. But yeah, we appreciate you taking the time in a busy week and off a road trip. And good luck in the second half of these 2 goaltenders. We know what you can do and what you've done since you've been here, and it's no coincidence that we've been at the top of the standings for most of your years here with the guys in the pipes. So thanks again for jumping on with us, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.
You too.
See ya.
One of the good guys. But I wasn't even trying to blow smoke. What he's done with the goaltending here, like he said, he's had so many goaltenders in the past 48 months that have come through this organization. The team in front does help, but they got to go through 5. It's got to be stopped. And he's done a very good job. And it can't be easy, like you said, with 2 different goaltenders, 2 different styles. And, the work he did with Rudy last year and undefeated. And then what he's done with Jabs, keeping him, getting better with every start. It can't be overstated how much of an impact he's had. Yeah,
he's already getting the recognition, being on the world stage with Hockey Canada. So I think sky's the limit for him. We'd love to keep him around for forever, really. Yeah. But I think he's going to be a pretty sought after goalie coach here in the coming years. So let's get him as many rings as possible to make that resume look better, and he can take his talents elsewhere.
Yep, and let's give him a non-compete clause with any other teams in the queue, and he can only go to the A or the NHL. No other teams in the queue. And speaking of our team, why don't we get into that?
Weekly Rewind.
And the Weekly Rewind is presented by Alphas Appliance Solutions. They've got the KitchenAid Red Hot Savings Event. Save $600 when you purchase 3, $800 when you purchase 4, or $1,200 when you purchase 5 or more KitchenAid major appliances. Qualifying purchases now till February 25th. For those and any other deals, give me a call at 858-5111. Visit them at 25 Halifax Street or go online to alphaappliancesolutions.ca. Well, the Wildcats sweep the Quebec road trip, going 3-0, bringing the record to 32-8-2-1 for 67 points on the season. Has us again still second place in the Eastern Conference and in the queue, and giving us a first round matchup with the Mooseheads. I do believe before we started this show, we maybe calculated our magic number to 4. So either 4 wins by us or 4 losses by Gatineau should get us into a playoff spot. But again, doesn't matter when we qualify, just qualify and do the damage at the end of the year. Thursday, you asked, they listened, both with starting Jabs, and we are allowed to call him Jabs. We have
Jabs, not Jack as I called him last week.
Jabs. We have confirmation that we're allowed to call him that. Him starting as well. They didn't overlook the Jakar. They went in there and from the start took control, didn't let up. 4-1 victory. It was just a game you expect them to win, and they did. They didn't even toy with them. Is a bad term, but they didn't even. Generally, when you let bad teams hang around, it costs you, and they didn't even get into that. They just went in and took control.
No, and they did, but at the same time, I think I will recognize the goaltending performance from Matthias Hernandez. I mean, 45 saves on 48 shots, some absolute 10 bellers. I mean, if it wasn't for him, this game is we could very well be looking at a double digits here on the scoreboard for Moncton. This guy was flat out stole the show. Yeah, it was. I'll recognize and appreciate a solid goaltending performance when I see one, whether it's our goalie or the opposing goalie, and he put on a show. Bacon was got a good one here, and but I think our depth really won this game. To be able to just go in there and just get contributions from the guys that you expect to have contributing on your team, and then Max Verlaine going up with and putting up 2 assists is really all you can ask for from this effort. And he expected Jabs to get the start. I knew they wouldn't look past this game, but there's always that that little part of your brain that's like we got a big game coming up in a couple days, so it's but I'm just glad they kind of got the first one out of the way, and they were able to get into Chicoutimi on a winning note.
It was funny when they were up 19-6 in shots. I was like, that's funny that Brent DeBourne posted that their record, they had the record for most shots was 69 the other time. I was like, there could be a possibility if they keep this up that they could get close. And they had 49 shots, but yeah, they were good. Hernandez were good, and or else, it could have easily been double digits. You get into Saturday, the marquee rematch, and it was a carbon copy of the game here. Moncton was the better team for 40 minutes. They came out. They used their speed. They used their depth. It didn't look like they were out of place in that big ice, and most of them have played on that bigger ice, but it can be intimidating to some. They were using their speed, got up 3-0. Just like Chicoutimi, they let Moncton back in it. We let them back in it. And I was watching it going, just don't give them one. Just don't give them one. They end up winning that one 3-2. And for 2 regular season games, they had me nervous on both ends with absolutely nothing on the line. And I'm like standing up to watch the end of that one, like on pins and needles. Like, it's like, what are we doing here? And from a league perspective, that's absolutely what you want. I think coming out of this one, I did the live and I thought, man, it's a perfect time to come back for a live on this game. And one of the questions was like, you want to see a more consistent power play. I'm like, what? They have a better power play than last year. They are scoring. I think what I want to see is a more opportunistic power play. They scored the goal. They got the 4-minute power play. You score there. Now it's 2-0 just like that. They get the 5-minute major. They can kind of put it out of reach, maybe 3-4-0 there. They get the power play late when it's 3-1. You go up 4-2 or 4-1. You kind of put that out. It's just like it didn't cost them, and they are an unbelievable power play, but sometimes you just like to see them be a little bit more opportunistic on those power plays. And I think that's the one takeaway I took out of this one for all the good they did. Just there was times in this where they could have just extended that and kind of put it out of reach.
Yeah. No, the similarities between I had flashbacks to last season. Rimouski comes into town. We don't play our best.
Yep.
We lose to Rimouski, but then we go there, I think a week or two later, play a great game, come out with a 3-2 win.
Yeah. Have to hang on.
Yeah. Chicoutimi comes here, don't play our best. We lose on home ice. We go there a week later, play a great game, and hang on. Both games, 3-2 win in Rimouski last year, 3-2 win in Chicoutimi this year. So many similarities. Top 2 teams in the league just going at it. Chances are we probably see each other, down the road here. So, the whole fight thing with Teddy Mutrin and Leon Lefebvre, I talked about it last week. Take some punches.
Yeah.
Right. Teddy didn't throw a single punch.
No.
Right. And guess what? He was on the power play. He was on the ice for that 5-minute power play as soon as it started. And Liam Lefebvre's getting the gate, and he gets a 2-game suspension for being an instigator. So when I say, look, don't get your bell rung in, right? Don't get,
protect yourself.
Protect yourself. Always
protect yourself.
Always protect yourself. Take a punch.
Yeah.
If it's going to allow your team to have an opportunity to get a power play, a 5-minute power play, just take a punch.
Yeah.
And Teddy did that. Like, I don't know if he listened to our show last week or not.
If you mean he did.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it just do what you can to help your team. I mean, if you can sit there and take one to the chin and brush it off, take one on the chin and brush it off.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, it's you're not, if the referee sees that you're just getting you're taking a few punches to the head and your arms are like this and you're just taking it, you're not going to get a penalty.
No,
you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And
I was worried though that they were going to call it a fight and give Teddy a fight. I was like, please don't.
I think at that point I think it was 3-0.
Yeah. And
you're right. I kind of had that sense. I was like, if they don't score on this 5-minute power play, this game could turn on a dime.
That was Liam's job. Like, he knew that the team needed something. I think it was just after the timeout.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Yannick Jean was like, go out there and ragdoll someone. I don't think that was like the situation called for it. But again, that's part of the game, and it worked. It got Chicoutimi back in the hockey.
Yeah. Yeah. So good on both guys. I mean, good on Teddy for just hanging in there and taking a few punches, but also good on Liam Lefebvre for trying to get his team going here. And but in the day we got the W. It was what we needed. It's what we wanted. It was a 4-point game in the standings, right? And we had one of those games in hand the night before, or 2 nights before in Baie-Comeau. We had another one on the day after. So you kind of wanted to get.
We still have another one.
We still have one.
Yeah.
Our game on Thursday night is our game in hand on Chicoutimi, so we have to take advantage and tie them up in the standings. But at the end of the day, like, their Chicoutimi game was a good game of hockey, and I will say, I had no idea it was an afternoon game. I was not preparing myself to watch hockey in the afternoon. I thought it was a 7 p.m. or an 8 p.m. start. So I was quite happy that I didn't have to deal with those awful 8 p.m. Quebec starts because my brain shuts off at 9. So thank you to the scheduling people for doing that. The scheduling people will also get another acknowledgement here later in the show.
Depends who you ask. I mean, it's amazing how the schedule was fine when they played 3-3 and beat the brakes off us 7-4. But when they had to play back-to-back, it was a big deal. They had to play back-to-back.
I'm not talking about that.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's funny how the schedule factors in who gets
fans. Yeah. I get that part.
That win was so big because, like you said, we had 3 games in hand. We get that one. We get the Quebec one. If we get St. John, we're tied. And they don't even play till Sunday. So we'll have the Baie-Comeau game. So you continue the winning streak. Now, all of a sudden, you're in first place. And yes, there's still 2 months left to go in the season. But the other thing that showed me, and they've had some tough times the last couple of years in Chicoutimi. I mean, they're 4-5 against them. It showed that they can play with them. And if they have to go there 4 out of 7 times, they just got to get one. And that's the thing. And even on that rink, they're 18-2 on the road this season. Like, I'm not worried about what rink they have to go into. They're likely going to open every series on the road, except maybe for the finals. But getting the win against Baie-Comeau is what kind of puts you in the driver's seat, because then you can kind of pace yourself with how this is going. Yeah, Chicoutimi will have 1 game in hand, but this is how big that one was, is it gives you a chance to catch them and to pass them. Games in hand don't mean anything unless you win them. Sunday against Quebec, I was worried a little bit about an emotional letdown, because we've seen that where they get up and then they come down and it's not the best game. It wasn't took them a bit to get going. They ended up getting it 6-2. Didn't get anything going till the second period with a mammoth connection on the shorthanded goal, which again is just showing how good when you have Gabe Smith and Denway as your penalty killers, your number 2 penalty killers. You're looking for offense, and they provided it. This is the game that Villain was suspended for one of the stupidest rules. Fighting in the last 5 minutes with a score of 2 goals or more. 2 goals isn't a blowout. Do you think the game was over at 3-1 against Chicoutimi? No. Like
it's
and the guy that takes the full-on charge and gets 5 minutes with 10 seconds left, nothing. Just gets 5-minute penalty.
Yeah.
That's always the problem I'm going to have. Keep the fighting rules. I don't care. But protect the players. Cornforth didn't agree to take a hit like that. And Villain was only stepping up for him. The score was 6-2, so it was 4 goals. Maybe amend that rule to 4 goals or 3 goals. But 2 in the last 5 minutes, I even said it to Drew Bear. I was like, if the Eagles are down 5-3 with 4.5 minutes left, are they getting blown out? No. Then it's a stupid rule. Like, that's not a blowout to give a guy a suspension for a fight. It just isn't. I'm not going to rant. If you're going to protect him for fighting, you have to protect him. Rousseau Hamel should have been suspended for a 5-minute charge with 10 seconds left in a 4-2 game. But there was some positives.
6-2 game.
6-2 games. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I'm surprised he's not suspended. It was one of those things where I think it's. I'm not going to critique the Wildcats, but when it's 6-2 and you're on the power play, there's no reason to have Gavin Cornforth on the ice.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you put Riley Sampson. I again wouldn't want to see Riley Sampson take a hit like that.
No. Bursaw,
Robertson Palmer.
Yeah.
There's no reason to have a guy like Gavin Cornforth on the ice with 10 seconds left on a power play.
Yeah.
Because something like that's going to happen. Fortunately, I from what I've heard is he's okay. So that's always a positive, but it didn't look pretty.
No.
You have Rousseau Hamel coming at full tilt with 10 seconds left in the game. I mean,
from the red line.
Chipped
it in and was gone.
Yep. So that
Shocking.
was interesting.
But don't punch a guy up by 2.
But you know what? We again got the win. Bursaw picked up his first goal, picked up his first assist.
Looked good too.
Yeah. Took a hit to make a play on the
he took a big hit to make a play
on the Kuzma Veronin empty net goal. Yeah. So
it's a good one when the other play-by-play guy is like, oh
yeah.
when he gets caught. Yeah.
Denoyer got a pretty fortunate bounce, I guess. Was that this game? No, he didn't score. It was the
Screamy game.
The 10 the goal. Yeah.
If you're a goaltender.
10 the goal. So look, it was nice to get 3 goals. Or 3 wins. Oh God, I'm tired. Yeah, now we just gotta be ready for Thursday night against St. John, Saturday against Baie-Comeau, and Sunday against Newfoundland. And Kyle Lyons thinks it's going to be an easy 3-game sweep.
Ooh.
Put that on Facebook. So that's not something I would personally put out there. So
because
when you say stuff like that, it's it can always come back and haunt you, but
nope,
not gonna go there. But no, look, good to have. I think they rolled in at 3:30 in the morning on Monday, from what I've been told. So, good on Jason Casey for getting them home safely and having them ready to go.
Absolutely, yep. I got St. John, which is always tough, and then Baie-Comeau and then Newfoundland, who they play Newfoundland hockey, and that's the thing. So it's not an easy 3. It's Magnuson returns back, Mr. 6, 7.
7, yeah.
So we should see a video tribute for him, maybe.
Max Cote
A Max Cote video tribute, or at least an acknowledgement. Come on.
Yeah, because he wasn't here for the Gatineau game because he got traded like the day before.
Yeah. So if you're ready for that one, be ready for this one. But yeah, I mean, I'm only going to get to see the St. John game. Don't get to see the other two, but it's a situation where St. John knows, they're fighting for their playoff lives right now.
Yeah. They
right
always
now
play as hard.
Yeah. Right now they go to, they would go to the Western Conference. So, they want to get ahead of Rimouski. And also, how fun would it be a 1v8 matchup with Moncton and St. John?
I mean, it's
just for the rivalry part of it. It would just be, we could go
every
game we could go. Again, a lot has to happen and we're looking way ahead. So if you got your tickets, get them. If you got your tickets, go. If you don't,
I will say it's looking pretty bleak right now with the attendance for all 3 games. So let's get those numbers up.
Imagine not wanting to go see the number 5 team in the country that's won 9 of their last 10. We can only do so much. All right, so let's get to everyone's favorite part of the show. Where is it? There it is.
Eric Murray, Realtor. Buy a house from him. Stick Tap of the Week.
Thank you, Johnny. Stick Tap of the Week is presented, of course, by Eric Murray Realty. As you heard, you can buy a house from him. So, do I have anything else to add to that?
Nope.
I don't. No, that's it. Okay, perfect. I nailed it again. Stick Tap of the Week. So you might have seen this kind of floating around those Facebook pages of the Wildcats here in the past couple of days. But the Stick Tap is going to a former Wildcats goalie, Jace Snyderman.
Yes, I saw that on the news yesterday. This morning, actually.
Jace Snyderman is a orthopedic surgeon, cha-ching, at the Dartmouth General Hospital in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
Oh.
And last Friday, I believe, he was the first doctor in Canada to complete 7 hip replacements in one day. Yes, you heard that correctly. 7 hip replacements in one day. That seems like a lot. I don't know what the regular time it takes to do a hip replacement.
Can't be quick.
But it says each hip replacement takes approximately 30 to 40 minutes. It seems like a hip replacement would take a little longer than that. Yeah. But he says on average they do about 4 to 5 surgeries a day. But just so many people around here need a new hip. He was able to pull off 7 in one day. So that's pretty crazy. Bling bling as an orthopedic surgeon, of course. I'll make a note of that. Very good career decision there. But that's about as good of a performance you'll see as we saw from him in Nets as a Moncton Wildcat. So I think that's when I saw that, I was like, am I reading this correctly? Like,
yes, that's a lot in 1 month.
Like, that's
one day. I mean, that's a lot in 1 month, but that's a lot. You're hip to us.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the Remax Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
And that brings us to the Wildcat of the Week, presented by Rosemary, Lynns Massage and Spa. Right now, the teeth whitening is available starting at $85. That gets you 3 15-minute sessions included in that price. You can add another 15 minutes for only $20 as well. Don't forget, they've got the loyalty card. Buy 9 spa services, get 1 free. Call them at 830-1224 or stop in at 153 McLeese, as they are now accepting new clients. 2 goals, 2 assists, including the shorty to kickstart the offense on Sunday. He's now got points in 7 of 8 games this month. So he is on an absolute tear, a mammoth of a month for him. Your Wildcat of the Week is number 9, Gabe Smith. Sir, your Royal Rumble prediction.
Yes, we're getting to this point. Okay, so I think the too good pick in the men's is Braun Breaker. I think he's kind of there, but he's also maybe being rushed a little bit I also heard that Roman Reigns is coming back.
Yeah, sure is.
So I'm a little tied. I always like to take the guy who I think deserves an opportunity, and I think that's LA Knight.
Yeah.
So I will take LA Knight. I think I took him last year too.
Yeah.
So I know one of these days he's going to get his opportunity, and I know if he watched the WWE Unreal on Netflix, I think he messed up. He messed up one of the matches, so I don't know if they're holding him back for that or not. But
yeah, he took a sign that said something about Triple H's booking, and it's not his fault. Triple H sucks at it.
Yeah. So I mean, when you do something like that, maybe Triple H says, "Hey, look, nobody would expect this to happen."
Yep.
So we'll
go with LA Knight.
Yeah, I'll go with LA Knight.
Okay.
And on the women's side, Tiffy time.
Oh, Tiffy time, man.
Big Tiffany Stratton fan. So
Okay.
I'll go with Tiffy time for the women's rumble.
Okay. I was talking about this with my coworker today. My final four, I'm gonna have Brock. I'm gonna have Obafemi.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have Roman. And who else was the fourth? Now I cannot. Oh, Cody Rhodes.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have Obafemi take out Cody. Obafemi take out Brock, because that sets that matchup up that everybody wants. And then Roman's gonna eliminate Obafemi.
Wow.
So he doesn't lose anything by eliminating Brock. I saw somebody that's like, Cody Rhodes has the chance to do the funniest thing ever and come in as the American Nightmare first, then come in as Dashing Cody Rhodes, then come in as Stardust. All three in part of his heel turn. But the women's side, it's got to be Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
I think it's just, especially with Stephanie taking on Raquel. If Raquel was to win and Liv, now you've got that divide. I don't know if we'll see anybody come back, because it's kind of hard to do it in Riyadh, because it's really tough to bring somebody over there.
Very progressive country.
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
Very progressive.
Never mind. But I would love to see Jericho. Don't think we do. I'd love to see Paige. Don't think we do. I think
seen a lot of Paige.
Yeah, we sure have. Don't Google it. Which one of the funnier clips I saw was the movie they made about her. The wrestling movie with the Florence Pugh.
Oh, I thought you were talking about different one.
No. The Florence Pugh movie. She was, when they were asking her about like what she did to study for it, she's like, yeah, no, I Googled you to find out about you. And Paige looks at the camera and goes, which again, don't Google her. The reason I was laughing during your read, Clint had rotator cuff surgery, and he goes, surgery went well, everything's fine. They were playing the Backstreet Boys in the pre-op, and I had two other nurses singing As Long As You Love Me before I went under. Oh, what a banger. All right. We will do our best to have a show next week. I'm flying out to Alberta to visit my dad. It's not a typical fun trip. Some things going on. So we will do our best to have a show next week. I may need the time to do the show. If not, we will be back in 2 weeks for the stretch run. I will be at the game on Thursday, so you will see the podcast post game. And then after that, no post games and no lives until the Halifax trip. But for Jeremy, I'm Adam. See you either next week or the next two. Enjoy the Royal Rumble.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.